Hey guys, it is Carl Brown for GuitarLessons365.com. Today we have got a great one. We're going to learn how to play Sweating Bullets by the great Megadeth. So we are in standard tuning for this one, so no creepy, weird metal tunings to go for. We can jump right into it as soon as you subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, ring the little notification bell so you know when I release a new video. And if you would like to become a member of the channel to support us with a small monthly donation, you can just click the join button. And thank you to all the people that have done that already. It really helps out a lot to keep these free lessons. I keep them cranking out every week. And please check out my Guitar Academy at GuitarLessons365.com. All right, so we're going to start here. I skipped the intro. I'll go back and do it here. But we're going to go throughout the entire song, all the rhythms, all the solo, Mustaine solo and everything. So let's get to it. We're going to start with this harmony part that starts. Now, there's our versions, like the remastered version, which kind of starts with... kind of starts with that, and then all three harmony parts come in. So that's that little middle one. If you want to do that version of it, you can, or we can just do the version which just starts with all the harmony parts. So I'm going to show you three harmony parts here. So I'm going to start with the lowest one though. So when the full band actually enters here, it looks like this. All right, so when you hit the low E, I think I actually hit the E power chord there. I might not have done that there, but so it's just the open E power chord, then 2, 3, and then 2, 1 on the A string. Then play 3, 2 on the low E. So like this. And then play 2, 3 again and start over. So like this. So the second time, at this point, you're going to do a little variation. You're going to jump up and play 5, 2 on the A string. And then just 3 one time on the low E. So we have this. Then we play through it again, just like we did the first time. And that's it for that section, that low harmony part. The middle harmony part looks like this. So that's one you'll hear played by itself at the beginning. On the remaster version, but it's just 7 on the A string, 4, 5 on the D, then go 4, 3 on the G string. So we have, and then 5, 4 on the D, and then 4, 5, back to the 7. All right, so that goes over that, obviously. So we have this. From there, you kind of start the same. Except right here, we had that variation where we did this. We do this, which is 7, 4 on the G to 5 on the D string. And then the third time is the same as the first. All right, the high harmony part looks like this. So that's going to start here on the 5th fret of the D string. 5, 7, 4 on the G. So, and then 7, 6 on the G. And then play 4, 3. Then play 3, 4. That leads us back to that 5 to kind of start it over. So that's the end of one time through. You can play that with a slide it or whatever. And then you start the melody over it. Once again, there's a variation the second time through. So after right here, we now go, which is slide into 7 on the B string, and then 4. And then over to 4 on the G, and then you start over. And just repeat like the first time. All right, then we get to the verse riff, which for Megadeth riffs, this is one of their easiest. It looks like this. All right, so you get the point. So it's just the 6th fret power chord off the low E string down to 5. And then jump up to the E power chord off the 7th fret of the A string. You get that low E in there as well. All right, then we go to the chorus, which has a little kind of a pick scrape down the low E string. And then into this. So that's the first half of it. So there's kind of a funky feel to this one. So we have the really heavily palm muted, open E chord, then the power chord to the 3rd fret. So we have this 0, 3, 5, the open again, then back to 3. So then jump up to 6, 5. So this. Then back, so at 6, 5, back down to 3, and then it shifts back up. Quick little 6, 5 there at the end. So we have this. So every once in a while you'll see that open E again, then back. So we have this. So one more time. All right, then the second time through the riff. So that kind of starts the same way. But when you get to 3, so you go 3, open, then to the 1st fret it ends on. So we have this. So put those two together. Then you start back over with the riff the same way you played it the first time. And then we have what is the first ending of the chorus, which is this 0, 3, 5, open, 1, open E. So with this. So that's basically the 4th time through the riff. That's how you're going to end it the first time. Then the riff repeats 4 more times, and that ending is going to be the thing that's different the second time. So altogether for this, basically the first half of the chorus. So then you repeat the same way. So after the third time through, instead of doing this, it just does this. So it's just the power chords off the low E string, 6th fret, 5, 3, 1, open E. So here, it sounds like we have a couple of things going on. We have this, which is at the end of the chorus, which is just the E power chord there. And then he jumps down to the 5th fret power chord, and then comes back to the E power chord quick. And then we have a guitar along with that does this. So it kind of starts the E power chord here for the 12th fret of the low E, then down to the 10 real quick, and then when you come back up to the E power chord, you're gonna get that the 12th fret D and the 12th fret G in there as well. And then back to the verse there. Now over that chorus, we have those unison bends played by Marty Friedman. They look like this. All right, so those are the 17th fret there on the B string, and then the 19th fret on the G. So you play those and then bend the note on the G string up a whole step. And this is a floating trim, so obviously if I bend that string, it's gonna bend the B string out of tune. So I kind of pull up the B a little bit with it, just to make it stay in tune. And then you just do that. Let's go down a fret to 16, then 15, 14, 13, 12, and then at 11, after that, you're gonna hit the open G. You can do a little bar dive there or whatever, and then start back up with the unison bends again. And this time, it's just gonna go down to the 12th fret, and then we end it just like we catch those chords at the end. So it's both guitarists just do those chords at the end of the chorus. All right, then we're back through the same verse, same chorus again, and then we get to this kind of the solo section. So first we have that kind of rhythm that goes into that, starts that section first, and then that rhythm kind of continues underneath the solo. So it's pretty much the rhythm guitar part for the solo, but it sounds like this. So it kind of just does that kind of thing. So it's just like the pattern is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. So it's all on the open E power chord there. So it's just like, just think of it in groups of 3, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. So half the distance for the next two, half the length. Oh, sorry, so we have then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, so after you've done that second group of 3, you just grab that 6 and 5 power chord there. So we have this. Repeat. Now, the third time through, we have this. So I said that. Now that note, that 1, that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, is going to be on the 3rd fret power chord instead of that open E. And then it goes over to the B flat note here, the 1st fret of the A string. Just more da 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 da, kind of down up, kind of a triplet feel. And And then we just go, you hit that power chord there, the first fret of the A string, and then the 3-1 power chord on the low E. So all together we have this. So it pretty much just keeps doing that rhythm when the solo starts, except the only difference is instead of doing this part twice, you're gonna do it 3 times. So where it does the 6-5 ending, and then it'll do that kind of G to B flat ending there. Then G to F there. So basically, instead of doing this, instead of just doing that twice, you're gonna do it 3 times before going to the end of the riff. All right, so hopefully that'll make sense there. And then we're gonna get to the solo here, which is played by Dave Mustaine. So let me play through that for you real quick, and then we'll check it out phrase by phrase. Here we go. All right, so most of the time when Dave Mustaine does a solo, it's just like just crazy chaotic stuff. This one, he does very, distinct patterns and licks. So it's, and he plays it the same way every time. So that's good to know. It's easier to memorize. So we're gonna start here at the 3rd fret on the low E, 5, and then play 6, 5, 1, the open. And then when you hit that open, now jump up and grab the octave of that at the 12th fret of low E, and then just do a light harmonic bar. So you're barely touching the strings over the 12th fret, and you're gonna kind of back, kind of up strum on those on those strings. Just across the 12th fret. All right, so we have this. And then you have this little chromatic lick, which sounds like this. All right, so this one's easy to kind of see and get underneath the fingers, but it feels weird because it's a triplet feel, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2. But there's 4 notes on each string. So that's always kind of a weird thing to do. So we're gonna start here at the 15th fret on the high E string. So you're gonna go 15, 14, 13, 12. I'll talk about the timing in the hand and the right hand in a second. So that's there, and then you're gonna jump up 16, 15, 14, 13 on the B, same frets on the G string. So that's basically the pattern that he's gonna be doing all the way through. So it's just a strict chromatic scale all the way down. So now the timing is, when we're doing this, you're gonna kind of accent 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the accented note happens always in a kind of a different part of the pattern. So all right, now when we get there, we're gonna start repeating the pattern, except now we're gonna start on the 16th on the B string. So the same 4 notes we have on the B string, followed by the same 4 notes on the G string. And then to finish off this second group of notes, it's 17, 16, 15, 14 on the D string. So you can see it's the same pattern there, we just started it on the B string. Now I'm going to do the same pattern again, except this one we're going to start on the G string. So same notes we played before on the G string, the 16, 15, 14, 13. And then we always have to go up a fret now when we're crossing strings. So 17, 16, 15, 14 on the D string, and then 18, 17, 16, 15 on the A. So we have this. So far. It's kind of fun when you get it together. All right, then you have back to the D string. So the notes we did on the D string before will be the same, 17, 16, 15, 14. The same notes on the A string. And then once again, move up one more fret to 19, 18, 17, 16 on the low E. That last pattern. So we have this. So the whole lick. All right, now after the end of that chromatic lick, we have this other kind of still continuing with this triplet feel. All right, so this is the hardest part to memorize. It feels like a bunch of random notes. But first, we just go up to the pentatonic scale. 12, 10, 12 on the low E string, over to 10 on the A, back to that 12 on the low E, and then back to the 10 on the A. So that's the pattern. It's a 6-note pattern. Now start that again, but from the 5th string. And then the note on the D string will be 9. So we have this. And then start from the A string. Now I'll do the same lick starting from the D string. The notes on the D will be 12 and 9. And then 9 over on the G, so the same pattern. And then you kind of end that one little ascending section by doing this. So that's playing 12, pull off to 10, 9, and then back to 10 on the G string. All right, now we have this first lick after that. So after you get back to this 10, we have this. So we have this. So kind of hammer on 9, 10, pull back off to 9, over to 12 on the D. And then play 9, 10, 12. Pull off to 9. Then pull off 10, 9 again. So like this. Then it sounds like you start that whole group of notes again. But here, when you do that hammer pull off, over to 12 on the D, back to 9 on the G string. So this. Then that gets us over. So we're here so far. So after this, and now we do this. So after we did that little hammer pull again, 12 on the D, 9 on the G, and back to that 12. Now when we get to the 12 on the D string, we're going to hit, for the second time, we're going to hit that twice. So you're going to pick that twice, then pull off 10 to 9. Then pull off 10 to 9 on the D, back to the 12 on the A string. So we have this so far. Then go back to the 9th fret on the D, hammer pull from 10 back to 9, over to 12 on the A, and then up to 12. So it's kind of the same lick here. So it's kind of the same lick that you did earlier, just down a string. And then we start this little descending triplet that goes through the bottom of the pentatonic. So that's 9 on the D string, then play 12, 10 on the A. And then that's the first 3 notes, little patterns of 3, groups of 3. And then 12, 10 on the A to 12 on the low E. So we had, and then 10 on the A, 12, 10 on the low E, and then you're going to end it on the 1, just starting back there at the 12th fret there. All right, from there, more triplets. So that's just kind of triplet, triplet. So 3 hits on each one, heavily palm muted. The notes will be 12 on the low E, then 10, 9 on the A. Now you're going to start that exact same lick, but you're going to start it on the A string. So 12 there, and then the 10, 9 on the D. And then go back down through the scale, 12, 10, 9 to the low E, the 12th fret there. So just 3 notes each. Then work your way back up, 9, 10, 12 on the A, and then 9, 10, 12 on the D. So all together. And then we end it with this last little chromatic lick. So that's going to be 15, it's a tritone here. So we have 15 on the high E to 14 on the B. So you play those to, and then just move it up a fret at a time. So that's, and then when you get to 22, then 21 on the B string, end it with a whole step bend at the 22nd fret there. All right, so that is it for Mustaine's solo. Then we have the bridge section that, leaving that solo, we have this riff. All right, just a little chromatic thing there. So it's 8th fret off the A string, then the low E. 7, so the power chords there. Then 3rd fret, and open E power chord. So you just repeat that like 4 times. So after the 4th time, just let that ring. Then 1st fret power chord, the F, and then going into the next riff, they quickly hit the 2nd fret power chord. So just move it up to the F sharp power chord, and then we have this. All right, obviously I cut it short there. So we're gonna have, start at the 5th fret there on the A string, kind of heavily palm muted, 0, 2, 3 on the low E. So we're gonna keep doing that on the low E, those 3 notes, but the note on top that starts it, it's always gonna kind of go down chromatically. So we have this. This last one, I like to grab the A instead of hitting the open A. I like doing it there on the low E string. I'm not exactly sure how they do it. So after that, the A at the 5th fret on the low E, followed by that same 0, 2, 3. Then we have this little chromatic thing that ends the riff, which is just 3 3, 2, I'm sorry, 4, 3, 2, 1, then 0, 1, 2, 3. So we have this. So the only note in the riff that's you ring out those top melody notes, and then those are heavily palmated. Repeat. So after you play that for a while, you have this little ending. So that's just 6, 5, 4, 3 on the D string, and then 4, 3, 2. Sorry. And then the 4, 3, 2, 1, an octave lower there on the low E. And then to that, just the open E power chord, you let that ring, and then it goes back to the same verse. Oh, back to the easy stuff. And then the same chorus riff that we did before. Now at the very end of the song, as they kind of continue the chorus and the double kick comes in the drums, he plays that a little bit differently. So he's not going. Instead, he's just gonna kind of still got a triplet feel going with his. Starts doing it with his hand in the picking hand, and then we just have single notes that go along with that triplet feel. So. So it's just kind of like, just keep that triplet feel, and it's just 0, 3, 5, 3, 6, 5, 3, 5. So that's the first time through. And then the second time through the same notes, slightly different. And that is 0, 3, 5, 3, 6, 5, and here's where it changes. Instead of going back to the 5, it's just open E and then first fret. So all together. Repeat. All right, so as you kind of repeat that same riff that we just did, we end it when we at the very end of the track, kind of just the end of the chorus. All right, so that is about it. Got some great guitar riffs in it, a great guitar solo by Dave Mustaine. So a lot of cool stuff to sink our teeth into here. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.